So what if you don't have a lot of room? Maybe you live in suburbia. Well, no problem. You can plant a surprising amount of fruit trees that'll feed you year-round. Check out the urban farm.
My name is Peterson, and I live at a place in Phoenix, Arizona called the Urban Farm. The Urban Farm is 1/3 of an acre in north central Phoenix. It's 80 feet wide by 160 feet deep, and one of my favorite things to do on them is grow fruit trees. This is an apple tree hedge, and this is one of the ways that I plant fruit trees is in hedges rather than individual trees. And so this is an apple tree hedgerow right here. There's 8 apple trees in 30 feet. I've got them about 3 feet apart. And the interesting thing about this part of it, this is my front yard, but it's actually the neighbor's front yard too. So this is our fence between the 2 yards right here, and I'm standing in his yard right now. Shh, don't tell him. So it's February in Phoenix, Arizona, and the trees, a lot of the trees are still dormant. And this is your grapevines. Love grapes. Grapes do great. I use them, you can see, I use them as a hedge. And this is, again, a fence between the neighbor's house and my house. And come back in 4 months and what you'll see is this nice, dense green hedge full of grapes. So this is the front yard at the Urban Farm. And one of the distinguishing features all the way around the front of the Urban Farm are the fruit trees. I've got apple trees in a hedge. I've got citrus trees all the way across the front and down the north side of the property. And then sprinkled throughout are different kinds of peaches and apples. My favorite thing about fruit trees and urban farming is that you plant them once and it makes food for decades. So this is the north side of the property at the Urban Farm, and you can see a nice hedgerow of citrus. This is great for keeping the privacy in and the neighbors out when you want to keep them out. And I've got several different kinds of citrus growing here. I've got something called a mandarin quat. This is the kind you eat the skin and the inside. The skin's sweet, the inside's really tart. Got our navel oranges, plus, here we go, lemons. Growing fruit trees in an urban area is significantly different than growing fruit trees in a rural area. The big thing with urban fruit trees, you want to keep them small. This peach tree behind me, it's getting a little bit tall because the fruit at the top of this tree is going to be mostly bird food. So we actually want to keep the trees about this size. And during the year I give classes on urban orcharding, that's what we call it. And a big part of what I teach is how to keep your trees small. The perfect sized fruit tree is about 6-7 feet tall and about 6 feet wide. That way you can walk up to it, harvest the fruit right off of the tree. The other great thing about keeping the trees small is you can plant different kinds of peaches, say. And so here on the Urban Farm, I have peaches that ripen, a variety of peaches that ripens in May, 2 that ripen in June, and 2 that ripen in July. So essentially what I've done is I've created this schedule of peach tree ripening so that I have peaches from May until August.
I hope you enjoyed that. Just remember, this is a segment out of a full documentary. If you want to watch the whole documentary, all you have to do is click right here, and you can see it in its entirety. Also, don't forget to stop by terranlupo.com. I have up videos that you can't see anywhere else. Currently, I have one on carnivorous plants and also how to make your own mead. All you have to do is go over and sign up at terranlupo.com, and all that's free. Don't forget, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe.